Welcome back to another This Week in Warframe. This is going to be for the week of August 23rd through the 30th, and this week we've got free items to talk about as per usual with the Twitch drops, the Dog Days event, the current Prime Resurgence, and all the wonderful goodies that are happening this week, so stay tuned, let's get into it. First and foremost, if you guys are interested in the free Twitch drops, you can find the schedule as to where those drops are going to be every single week pinned to the top of my Twitch chat. As soon as DE updates it, I update it on my Twitch chat. And with that being said, make sure you stop by my Twitch channel, drop a follow. Let's get started this week in Warframe. We've got Bird has a Crimson Archon Shard. Deep Archimedia is an Alchemy, Survival, and Mirror Defense. Temporal Archimedia is an Exterminate, Legicide Harvest, and Defense. The current Coda weapons for the next 4 days are the Bass Assist 36.5% Toxin, Bubonico 38.9% Cold, Cost Assist 48.7% Magnetic, Haruto 60% Cold, grab that, that is completely maxed out. A Pathocyst 47% Toxin, Synapse 25.1% Heat, and a Tysis 25.3% Electricity. The rewards for the 1999 calendar console here, we're looking at a primary arcane adapter versus a melee arcane adapter, then double arcanes versus 3-day mod drop chance booster. Then we have double arcanes versus an Azor Archon Shard. Then we have an Exilus Weapon Adapter Blueprint versus an Arcane. Then we have 3-day mod drop chance booster versus double arcanes. And lastly, a 6000 Endo versus an Exilus Warframe Adapter. Steel Path Descendia, we are looking at a Kitgun Riven, a whatever this arcane is right here, can't see the name of that, Pistol Riven mod, then we have Melee Kareen, then 25 Steel Essence, and then 3 times Melee Kareen, and lastly an Eroking Catalyst Blueprint. If we check out the normal over here this week, we're looking at a final reward of a Forma Blueprint. Current Prime Resurgence, we are looking at Revenant and Baruuk, and they have 10 days and 17 hours left. They are going to be replaced with Banshee and Mirage and the weapons that they came along with. And that's another 10 days and 17 hours we have left. If you guys go up here to Seasonal, Featured Seasonal right there, we have this right here, which I mentioned about 2 weeks ago. This is a free glyph. 1 credit means it's free, so it retires in 15 days. If you haven't grabbed that, grab it while you still can. So the Dog Days event currently has 15 days and 14 hours left, and these are the missions that you guys can do for these wonderful glyphs right here. Is that, what is it, Kayla in a bra, in a bikini? What is going on here? We also have the Ghoul Purge, 17 days, 17 hours left for that. Thermia Fractures, 15 hours and 54 minutes. We also, if you check the alerts, we have this interception here with 14 hours, about 15 hours left. This interception here, which is going to give you 175 pearls you can use for the Dog Days event. Also, reminder to do the weekly Ayatar and Treasure Hunt with Maru. If we check out the incursions for Steel Path, we have Rescue, Assassination, Defense, Spy, Sabotage, and Assassination. For the invasions, we are looking at nothing to worry about right this second, but check that often because every once in a while some good stuff pops up. We also have the current Void Fissures. No, I don't go over those. Sorties. We have the Sorties, Survival, Mobile Defense, and Assassination. And this week's Archon Hunt is against Naira for an Amber Archon Shard. We got to do a Rescue, Survival, and a Showdown. If we check out the Nightwave this week, we have the usual permanent weeklies for Nightwave, but we also have eliminate 300 enemies using a Necromech without getting destroyed, defeat the Aura Worm in Steel Path, eliminate 500 enemies with an Arc Gun, then look for Ayatan treasures for Maru in Maru's Bazaar, and then today's daily looks like claim an item from your foundry. If we check out the current rewards that are being offered this week, the ones that are a big deal, that are worth platinum, I would say, these are the platinum notable mentions: Enemy Radar, Energy Siphon, Rejuvenation, Steel Charge, Rifle Amp-ish, Corrosive Projection definitely, Sprint Boost definitely, Loot Detector definitely. So all of these obviously, oh, and Physique, I forgot that one. All of these are definitely worth platinum, but the ones I just mentioned are going to be much easier to move in trade chat for making plat. And then we also have the other mods this week are looking at Rumbled, Prism Guard, Purifying Flames, Power of 3, Deceptive Bond, Singularity, Recharge Barrier, Purging Slash. If the following week we wind up seeing all of these aura mods back again. I'm just going to assume that they've decided they're going to stop rotating them and they're just going to keep giving us the aura mods every week. Like, without rotating them, they'll just always be here. And if that's the case, then I guess I could skip this part every week. But we saw all those last week. Anyway, we also have ambush optics, deadly maneuvers, critical mutation, critical precision, biotic rounds, and combat reload. Checking out the circuit on Steel Path, which I cannot see. It looks like we have a Vectis here, a Stug, Ballistica, Destreza, and the Obex. And if you already have those, you instead can get a Rifle, Pistol, Melee Riven, and 20,000 Kuva. If we check out the normal circuit this week, we're looking at choices between Nidus, Octavia, and Taro. Checking out Akrithis and what she brought this week, we're looking at a Secondary Shiver, an Orokin Reactor Blueprint, a Forma Blueprint, a Shotgun Riven Mod, a Melee Riven Mod, and 5,000 Kuva. Checking out Teshin and Steel Path Honors this week, we have a Veiled Riven Cipher and 30,000 Endo. Also, if we check out this Sports Cup head here and his offerings, we're going to see he's got a Tenant Ferox, 25.9% impact, a Grigori, 30% impact, a Libya, 27.9% heat, an Exec, 28.3% impact, and an Agendus, 25.3% heat. How much platinum have you made since you've become a Patreon?
Over 100K.
45K.
60, 70,000.
20,000.
What's the most amount of platinum you've made in a week?
12K.
Probably about 5,000.
5,400.
Probably 8K.
What's the most amount of platinum you've made in a day?
5,400.
Day was probably 4K.
Probably about 3,000.
2K.
What's your favorite method of making platinum that you've learned from me?
Mostly just flipping ribbons and selling warframes.
Probably arbitrations.
Selling sets of warframes.
I enjoy Zeramon the most.
Imagine how much time and money they've saved. You know where the links are. Reminder to stop by the Chrysalith on the Zeramon and visit Archimedes and Yanta for your 35,000 Kuva. Then you could travel to Iron Wake on Earth and visit Palladino for your 2 Rivens, your 35,000 Kuva, and your 150,000 credits. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and stop by my Twitch channel where you can get free drops when they are community-wide, also free rewards I do all the time anyway. And make sure you check out your Invigorations this week and see what you got. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will see you in the next one.